Okay, this is our next guest this morning, and he's an author, a very good author, and his name is Brian Fikes. Good morning, Brian.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm just so glad to have you on the show because this is so interesting, the names of your books. I really want to hear a little bit about what got these out of your mind.
Oh.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about Between the Badge and Sin. That sounds great.
Between Badge and Sin is the first novella in this detective series I started, and it just follows a detective who has an assignment that he's not that fond of, and it ends up blowing up into something much bigger than he anticipated.
Ooh.
And then much bigger, much darker, much more sinister, and more widespread.
Wow.
Kind of on a conspiracy level than anything that he's dealt with before or wants to deal with. So,
oh my gosh, well that's got to be really exciting with all that happening.
it was fun. It was fun to write. I have a tendency to enjoy my characters, so I like letting them play, as it were.
Oh, that's great. To me, I'm an art writer too, and the characters are so important to me. You know.
Oh yeah.
That's what brings the whole thing to life.
Mm-hmm.
And
Absolutely.
you have another book here that I see, Closer to Noon.
That's not me.
Oh, that's not you?
No.
They put it in the wrong place. I'm so sorry.
But by all means, check out Closer to Noon whenever you get a chance on whatever.
Oh, okay. You know who wrote
Whatever.
that? Or you?
No, I'm just trying to help out.
Oh, you're a good guy. Okay, so beside Between the Badge and Sin, what else do you have going right now?
The sequel is called Old Blood, New Ghosts, and again, following the same detective, kind of piggybacking on a lot of the same ideas from the first one. A new crime, a new kind of entity to face. Interpersonal relationships get a little more tangled. New players come on the scene and kind of change the trajectory from kind of this semi-small town focus to, oh, this has bigger implications all across the country. So that's where book 2 goes. And book 3, I just put the finishing touches on it. It's called All Behind the Dark, and that will be available later today on Amazon.
Wow. Okay, that's good. That's right. You can see the show and go and buy it.
Yeah.
So what brought you to write these books on that system?
Well, I started writing for fun back when I was 16, 20 years ago. Oh my gosh. And I was just never able to put it down, and every once in a while these ideas come and these characters come and these scenes show up, and I see it kind of cinematically in my head. And so a lot of the times that I'm writing, it's mostly dialogue, and it's people going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, kind of like you would see on TV or in a movie. And so my chapters have a tendency to be very episodic, and my wife will read them, and she's my proofreader. she'll read one chapter and she'll say, "What's next? Finish." And I'm like, it doesn't work like that. I don't know what they want to do yet. So that's why it's fun. It's kind of like these characters unfold as I type. I don't usually have a strict scaffolding for story before I sit down. I just have the character in my head and a basic idea of what they're dealing with, and then it just kind of blossoms from there. It's not the most productive strategy, but it works, so I follow it.
Yeah, well, it's close to what I do, so I approve of that. No, that sounds really interesting. I'm glad that you got into writing seriously. so that we get to read your stuff.
Yeah, well, like I said, I started when I was 16 writing for fun, terrible poetry and short stories, and I had this idea of becoming a published author when I was 17, and it didn't happen, and that's fine.
Oh.
But I kept writing. I kept everything from that time, and I've looked back and I'm like, oh, okay. And then I actually graduated from Fresno State with a Master of Fine Arts in Creative Writing back in 2011.
Wow.
I want to say, and most of my whatever writing you see that's really good, I have to credit that program, because what we learned and what we were able to accomplish as students and writers in that program is just phenomenal. You learn how to work themes, you learn how to write people like real people, not just characters. So it was an interesting experience, and I think that definitely helped push me more towards this, even though I studied nonfiction. Fiction, just this kind of fiction specifically, just kind of came naturally.
That's I think sometimes I feel it's like angels sit there and put it in our head.
Yeah, something's putting it in there for sure.
Yeah, and it's so easy. It's just like you're dictating, somebody's dictating and you're typing,
Yeah, it's a lot like that. It's tough. It's tough being a new father. We have a 3-year-old daughter, and so we don't have a lot of free time, especially with the pandemic and everything. So I lock myself in an office right here for about an hour and a half a day, and I'm just typing furiously, trying to get as much down as possible before she wakes up.
Oh, but how precious when she wakes up.
Oh, yeah.
Can't talk against that.
There's good and bad days. The pandemic's hit everybody.
Oh my gosh, it scares everybody anyway. Well, listen, I'm so glad that you came on today and told us about your books, and of course they can get them at Amazon and
yeah, they can get them on Amazon. The first 2 are available in paperback through Amazon, if you're feeling frisky. But if you have Kindle Unlimited, they're free. You can read them for free with Kindle Unlimited. And yeah, book 3 will be up soon, and there will be more projects coming down the line.
Good. Well, I know that you're keeping busy with the child and all this wonderful writing. So I'm glad you came on today, and I'm hoping again when your next book comes out, you'll come on again.
Oh, well, thank you, Carol.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
You're welcome. Take care.
Yes, you too.
Will do.